Statements by Ben Carson have been trending, and we're going to tell you why in just a moment. But right now, I want to bring in my guest, John Hawkins, rightwingnews.com. John, welcome back to America Trends. Good to have you.
It is fantastic to be on with you again, Gina.
Thanks, John. All right. Gun control, big topic in the news and big on the lips of the politicians in America as well. Ben Carson revealed in his new book that was just released that he no longer supports banning assault weapons. That should help him with the conservative base, shouldn't it? But what will it do to him as a candidate?
Well, first of all, what a shocking turnaround. Here he is running for president, and now he's against the assault weapons ban. Who would have guessed, right? I mean, but yeah, it'll help him with Republicans. It's not going to hurt him with Americans. Americans is generally suspicious of the assault weapons ban. Getting rid of it didn't hurt any Republican candidates. I know the Democrats are always screaming about gun control, then they run from it. Whenever there's a primary, they all deny they want to do it. In fact, that's one of the reasons they got creamed in 2014. I hope they keep pushing this whole line. Hillary Clinton is out there saying, hey, if I get in control, I'm going to put I'm going to use executive action to take people's guns. Good luck with all that.
Wow. Carson's interview on Fox and Friends was trending today, too. He said that he would have taken action against the shooter if he had been there on campus that day in Roseville. John, that's a pretty bold statement from a man who usually is kind of reserved, isn't it?
It is, but I have to tell you, it's a man's duty to take care of the people around him, including especially women. And I think if you're in that situation, I think every man likes to think if he'd been on that airplane on 9/11, he would have been one of the people charging the hijackers. Every man likes to think if he was in that situation and there was a guy lining him up against the wall to shoot him, he would have charged. He would have done something. And I think Ben Carson's just saying what every real man, I don't know, maybe there's some liberals out there who are like, not me, I'm hanging in the back. But every guy is out there thinking, hey, I would want to go out and charge. If you're going to die, I mean, that's the best thing you could have on your tombstone. He died trying to save other people.
Good point. All right, now the president was trending today after announcing he would head up to Oregon to visit the families of the students who were killed in the shooting at the community college. John, are you glad the president is heading there to comfort families?
Wait, did you say comfort or exploit? Which one did you say?
Yeah, that was kind of the
that's
question.
What he's actually going to do. He doesn't care about those people. It's just a way for him to promote gun control. So if he gets to go out and he can get his name in the news and talk about gun control a little bit, he'll go out and talk to those families, even though they're Christians. So
John Hawkins is not buying it. Got it. Nicholas Kristof, John, of the New York Times, wrote a column that was trending today. He said that gun control is needed because more preschoolers than police officers are killed each year. And that may be true, but couldn't the case be that maybe an armed officer is safer in America than someone who is unarmed, like the preschooler's family or the preschool teacher who can't stop a gunman like a police officer can?
Yeah, absolutely. Yes, more preschoolers may die from guns. I don't even know if that's true. It's just something Kristof wrote. I also know, though, that more preschoolers die in swimming pools every year than get shot. I know that more preschoolers die in bathtubs every year than get shot.
Yeah.
So, and I read his column. It's more the same old thing. What they really want to do is confiscate handguns. And if they can't do that, like some of the suggestions he had, well, we'll track every bullet so we can tell who owns it. So, oh, great, it'll cost you $500 to go to the shooting range. We'll put up a thumbprint scanner on every gun. Okay, well, every gun, it'll just triple the cost, and they won't work half the time. Can you imagine getting a blue screen of death when you need to shoot somebody? I mean, listen, our mutual friend, Christina Ribali, just wrote a story today about how she had a peeping Tom out of her house who kept coming back. Her husband was gone. The guy was going to come into her house, and she had a shotgun. And when she clicked that shotgun, the guy took off. If we're up to people like Nicholas Kristof and Barack Obama, she would have gotten raped.
Yeah, you remember the story of the little girl with the little pink Ruger. Remember that one? She had the little pink shotgun, and anyway, she saved her life with that thing. It was the cocking mechanism that scared the criminal away. So Kristof did actually, though, John, admit that the assault weapons ban was ineffective. So that was intellectually honest of him, at least, wasn't it?
It was, but here's the thing. He also said in there that none of these things probably would have stopped the shooting. Then why are we doing them? That's the thing. They never come up with an idea that will actually reduce shootings. I can give you one off the top of my head. Let's get rid of most gun-free zones. We probably don't need a gun-free zone. You know, well, the White House doesn't need to be necessarily. You don't have to bring guns in there. But, yeah, every school, it should not be a gun-free zone. You know why? Because these guys go to places where they know no one's going to challenge them. Think about this. At that college, they had a security guard on staff with no gun.
Well, you make a great point, Sean. In Florida today, a State House subcommittee approved a bill that would allow open carry of guns in Florida. Florida was one of the first states to allow concealed carry, and they saw a drop in crime rates after passing that, Sean. I bet this bill could pass in Florida. What do you think?
I hope it does. It's good for people to have open carry. Listen, the bad guys are going to get their guns. You're not going to stop them from having them. In fact, most crimes that are committed, it's a bunch of people with illegal guns, with stolen guns, shooting people. We don't need to worry about the people, very seldom do we anyway, you need to worry about the people who are legally owning their guns. There are incidents, there are things that happen, like this shooting in Oregon, but that's not the common thing. We need to worry about the bad guys with guns, and if you're a good guy with a gun, you don't want to have your guns taken away while these guys keep theirs. It's a recipe for death and disaster.
Another big Second Amendment advocate, Donald Trump, got a surprise endorsement from Wayne Newton. Kind of a cool endorsement. Everybody loves Wayne Newton, right?
It doesn't hurt. I will give Trump credit for one thing. And he's not getting enough credit for this. He is bringing in people who would never normally vote Republican.
Yeah.
Some of these people are celebrities. I saw a poll not so long ago that showed he'd be getting 25% of the black vote. No Republican since Eisenhower has done that. Meanwhile, he's getting a higher percentage of Hispanics than Mitt Romney. He's getting people who are not into that politics who are thinking, wow, Trump could come in and save the country. So like him or hate him, people should be giving him credit for doing something Republicans have been failing to do for the last few years, which is outreach to groups that normally don't vote Republican. And
without pandering to them. That, to me, is the most remarkable part of all. If you just stop and do that math for a minute, it really makes your head spin. It really does. John, thank you so much for being with us. Find him at rightwingnews.com, one of the best sites out there. I'm not even kidding. And up next, we're going to talk